Wow, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from. It's day three, evening section of the Exceptional and Significant Leader Conference 2021. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Day one was just great, day two was explosive, and day three, the morning section was simply up the charts, like they say. All right, so phenomenal. Great sections out there. Everyone has been a part of this, who've been participating and engaging, be there live. Thank you so much for joining. I, myself, I've not remained the same after these whole sections. Like I said, I'm going to listen to all this over and over again. It's not all about just listening, it's all about the implementation. So I'm pretty excited for every section, from the first section with DME or the Olaiwale to the second section on the day one with Dr. Sam Ekundayo all the way from New Zealand. And then yesterday, Friday, day two, we started with Dr. Nee Shoyinka all the way from Kaduna, Nigeria. And then we went on to day two, second section, with Dr. Niborere, all the way from Sydney, Australia. See, these guys have come to dish out enough value for us. If you don't use it, then it's up to you. All right. For me, my life has been transformed. They've shared value, added value, all for free, just to make you become better, just to make you become the true exceptional and significant leader that you are. You're already exceptional. You're already significant. You already have it in you. It's just to express it to add value to your world that's left. And of course, Dr. Nii Boriri actually dive deeply into exactly what you need to do, how your mindset need to be, what are the changes you need to embrace, what are the steps you need to take, and of course, where you need to focus on so that you can actually build not just impact, you can build influence around what you do. Okay, simply amazing section for me. There are some sections that I really need to I personally going to be listening to over and over and over again and over again. And of course, the morning section today was simply explosive. I know we have a lot of top leaders in the community, a lot of people who are sharing content out there, adding value. We have authors, we have authors now, we have writers, we have top leaders, we have people who are adding value from wherever they are with different niches, different spheres of influence. That's what the Leading Beyond Success is all about. The community is all about, to help you to become the exceptional, to become the significant leader that you already are, and help you to express those things, help you to express those traits, those skills in a better and significant way. That's what this is all about. And of course, after Dr. Esther's section, first section this morning, Babiri Adeola Shideko, one of the influencers that I've seen out there who has been able to build a thriving community of over 21,000 people, members in 1 year. Share that out on practical tips that you can actually use today. All right, practical tips you can use today to build a thriving online community that will help you to expand your influence. See, this conference is a simply blowout for me. If you don't use it, if you don't listen to all the information that I will share here, it's up to you. But I encourage you, all right, to actually be a part of this whole process, be a part of this vision, be a part of the whole journey. All right, be a part of it, not just being a part. Take all these materials and use them and implement them and take steps to be able to implement every lesson that you have learned from this conference. That's what it's all about. So I want to appreciate every one of them, every one of us who have been engaging. I'm seeing some people live. If you are live right away, please drop into the comment section your name and where you're joining from, so you can put it out there for everyone. Put it out there for you. All right, on the screen, on the video. All right, and to say thank you. I see Benita Edemaka saying, good to be here, happy to be here. Thank you so much, Benita Edemaka. I think you're joining from Kaduna, I think, Kaduna State. All right, thank you, Benita. Benten Ubang, you've been very engaging throughout this whole summit, this whole conference. Thank you for being very engaging. Thank you, Femi Ola Sende. Thank you. What's that your name again? Benga Olorushola, something like Olorushola. Thank you for all this engaging. Thank you, my own coach as himself, Adekoke Omotula, Coach Adekoke, Coach Goke. All right, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for your support. Thank you, everyone who's been engaging. So, without wasting too much time, we're going to go into tonight's section, okay? Tonight's section, it's going to be simply off the hook, all right? We're going to be talking about something that is very significant. Okay, I say I get a lot of people dropping in my DMs. I'm also in mentorship, in some communities, and I get a lot of people jump in on my DMs, all right, and the automated mentorship part of they jump into my DMs and they're like, I want to be a mentor, I want you to mentor me. I keep asking, so mentor you what? And then when they start talking, I like, these guys are pretty not serious. So I've had several people like that. When you give them, even if you give them things to do, activities to do, they are not just there. They want mentorship, but they don't know how do you position yourself. How do you position? Not just to just say I want a mentor. How do you position yourself to actually attract, not only attract and keep a mentor, and not just keeping it? How do you build a relationship? How do you take it from one level to another? Why? Because you want to be able to expand your influence. You want to be able to extend your message. You want to be able to do what you want to be able to do on your own. You want to be able to get a collaboration, not just collaboration. You want to be able to get attract people who have done what you want to do, and see how they can help you to get to where you are going. Okay, so there's a right way to do it, there's a wrong way to do it. I see a lot of people doing it the wrong way. So I was thinking about this whole conference, and I thought about having someone, all right, having someone, a coach who knows how, it's a mental strategist who I've listened to. He has shared some of these tips with me in part of my sections in the past, and I said, come share some of how do you actually attract a mentor, and how not just attract, how do you build relationships, how do you keep them? Okay, so that's what tonight is all about, the mentorship code. Okay, so I'm going to bring it out. Of course, I just shared that for you to get ready, but I have someone in the room who's been there, all right, who's been there, he's done it. Okay, he has mentors right now. What he's doing, what he's doing and how he's striving in what he does is by reason of mentorship. So I said, come share with our community how you can actually attract, and not just attract, keep a mentor that will help you to extend your influence, extend your impact, and of course the monies will come in. So tonight I'm going to bring it into the room. Dania, Onaivi, thank you so much for joining.
All right, thank
You're
you.
live,
Thank you.
Daniel
Thank
Onaivi.
you.
Okay. All
Very
right. Let's see if we can hear you loud and
good to
clear.
see you.
Yeah, Daniel Onaivi. Thank you for joining in tonight on this conversation. Of course, you are the one ending the conference. First online, or well, let's say first virtual conference, the Leading Beyond Success community. And this is tagged the exceptional and significant leader. So we are just going to end it on a very sound note tonight. Okay, sound note tonight. And there's no other one that I thought about than you bringing this on to the table. So thank you so much for making that time to be here. And
All right,
I just
thank
leave it
you.
up to you to take it all the way. Thank you so much. Up to you, sir. Over to you, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Can you see my screen? I want to put. Would you mind putting up my screen? All right, thank you. Oh, fantastic. All right, so good evening. I think it's mostly evening in several parts of the world. Um, all right, so thank you so much, Mr. Terry, for this conference. I deeply appreciate the privilege. Right, so let's get started. So, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Let me get up my. Okay, so today, basically, right, we're going to look at mentoring. So this is me. You can actually connect with me, you know, in those platforms. I want to be very fast. Basically, my name is Onaivi Dania. I run a learning and development firm called Precepts and Mentors. So basically, I love to teach. So I was able to build my brand, my business from my love for teaching. So yeah, I was this was I think when was this? This was 2011, right? I'm going to give you a background story. So this was 2011. We had a training for Skybank. Then, but prior to this time, I studied engineering, computer engineering at the University of Benin, but I had a passion to teach. All right, so stay with me. I had a passion to teach, but I could not concretize all this. I could not, I had an idea of where I was going, but I didn't know how to get there. Okay, and somehow I was able to connect with a mentor, and the mentor actually gave me this platform to train. So since then, I've been, training for several organizations. So like I said, I've been privileged to have run Precepts and Mentors, and we have footprints. By footprints, I'm talking about where our presence is, where we've actually held physical trainings, not virtual trainings now, but physical events. Several parts of the world. There's some other parts I've not even mentioned there. Okay, and I've been privileged. Precepts and Mentors have been privileged to serve these companies and many more. Right, majority of the companies are in western part of Africa, then a few in eastern part of Africa. Okay, so before I get started, just give me a moment. Where was I? Can't imagine. I can't even find this thing again. Okay, I want to get my face out of the way. This, this adage that says every morning in Africa, right? Every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. Now the gazelle knows that it must run faster than the fastest lion, or else it will be killed. Now, every morning in Africa as well, a lion wakes up, and that lion knows that it must outrun the slowest gazelle, otherwise, it would starve to death. So, the proverb or the adage actually says that, so it does not matter whether you're a lion, right? When the sun is up, keep running. Okay, when the sun is up, keep running. But somehow I have an issue with that particular adage, right? Okay, the question now is keep running to where? Where are you running to? If you're a lion, for example, you just wake up in the morning and say, okay, I'll just run, right? Yeah, that's a good idea, but where are you running to? Where you're running to, are you sure there are slow gazelles there so that you can have that comparative advantage? You can actually attack gazelles and have food. Okay, if you're a gazelle, are you trying to find out, look, if you're running, the path that you're going through, there are lions there. So you don't just run, so you ask questions. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a story. Unfortunately, I can't really see your comments now because I'm on full screen mode. I'm going to observe them as we progress. Okay, all right. So let me just share a story with you. Right, proud to. I'm sure most of you are already used to Google Maps and all that, right? But I think around 2011, I wasn't really, Google Maps were not in vogue. Okay, so that means if you were going around, and all that, you're traveling, you would need directions. So that means you have to ask questions. You stop, you ask, okay, where is this place? So this particular time we're invited, and a partner, my mentor actually then. So we're invited by a bank to train their staff, right? And this time around, because we had done several trainings in Lagos, but this time around they said, okay, let's come to Ibadan. So this training would be held outside Lagos, outside our base. So we decided to go to drive ourselves because normally they would have sent a vehicle to pick us up and all that. So we decided, okay, let's just save them some stress. Let's go to Ibadan by ourselves. So we decided to go to Ibadan. So we drove all the way to Ibadan, and that was our first time actually driving to Ibadan. Right? And guess what? We got to a particular place called Challenge Bus Stop, and we encountered the challenge there. Now, notice we had the letter, we knew where we were going, okay, but we could not navigate properly, right? If you know Challenge Bus Stop very well, you know that there are bridges, rails, and all of that, okay. And if you're a newcomer in that space, you could get missing if you don't know where you're going. So anyway, so we found ourselves burning failed and all of that. And interestingly, um, we discovered a particular branch of that bank somewhere. So I came down from that vehicle, went, introduced myself, then met a man that directed us. So all he just did, he entered our vehicle, right? And he just told us, okay, turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right, and all of that. And we got to our destination within 5 minutes. So just imagine if we had not met that man, if we had not had that encounter. Yes, perhaps we would still have gotten to our destination, but it would have taken us longer. All right, it would have taken us longer. And this analogy that I'm sharing with you actually applies in life as well. Okay, so if so, it's not just enough for you to know where you're going, right? The very first step is okay. You have an idea of where you want to go, but you must know where you're going. So if you know where you're going, your journey is already short. If you know how to get there, your journey is shorter, right? And if you know who has been there, your journey is shortest. If that person who has been there, now you interface with that person, and that person says, you know what, I want to take you there. I have been to this place that you are dreaming of, right? But I want to take you to that destination. Guess what? You would find yourself in that destination in no distant time. So it's very important, right? That you get mentors. A mentor can actually fast track your journey, right? Your career journey, your business entrepreneurial journey, whatever journey you're embarking on. Right? Let me just give you a quick example. My wife, right? She has a fashion house. Okay, and recently she was like, okay, she needed to work on her photography skills and all that. So I gave her my camera and all that. So she was trying. She read books. She went online, did a lot of research and all that. She got, a level of results. But guess what? She was still having some challenges. So this time around, she just decided that okay, she was going to call the person who handled the photography for our wedding. So she called him and he just said, please, I'm having an issue. This is kind of camera I'm using. Um, I need I need help with respect to this type of image I'm looking for. It's taking me a lot of time and all that. So within that 1 minute conversation, she got an answer, right? Just that 1 minute conversation. So that's one. You call it instant mentoring, right? It's informal, right? But it produces results. So the thing about mentoring is this: their knowledge in itself, right, is stored in people, especially in their experiences. So you need to learn how to unearth. You need to learn how to extract knowledge from people. So that's what mentorship is all about. Okay. So in fact, if I even stop here, I'm sure you are blessed. Right. So you notice, right? There's a part of national anthem. There's a stanza there that says the labor of our heroes past, right? And you agree with me that there's something called the labor of our heroes present. Okay. So here I just want to share with you, some people, some experience, some people actually that have gone through, mentoring experiences. Okay, now there's this guy. I don't know if you know him. Okay, his name is Baya Groskin. But I'm very sure none of you have really heard about him. Okay, but this guy came up with a principle called not that he came up with that principle anyway, but he was well known for non-violent resistance. Okay, but guess what? To save our time, I don't want to just go through the story and all of that. Do you want to know the person who actually took after him? Right. So he was able to transfer his experience regarding non-violent resistance. Just give me a moment, please. Okay. So he was able to transfer his experience with respect to non-violent resistance. And here we have Martin Luther King Jr., right? But a lot of us know Martin Luther King Jr. But without this person's influence, right? Without that, Rustin's influence, would not have enjoyed the gift of Martin Luther King Jr. today. Okay, there's this other guy called Ed Roberts, founder of personal computing. Prior to personal computing, we had supercomputers, all these big computers, right? But anyway, let's go further. So you want to see the people that actually went to him for mentoring, the founders of Microsoft. Okay, then we have Father Michael Van der P. Michael Van der P. Do you want to guess who he mentored? Mother Teresa. Okay, okay. Who else again? Maya Angelou. Do you want to guess who she mentored? Now, a lot of us already know Maya Angelou, right? She was a novelist, an educator, dramatist, producer, historian, civil rights activist. She said this, but I love this. She says, "A bird does not sing because it has an answer; it sings because it has a song." Okay. She also said something which I use as my own mantra. She said, "If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, then change your attitude. Don't complain." So, we want to find out who took after her in terms of her philosophy, right? Oprah Winfrey. So let's continue. So we have Freddie Laker, right? You can guess who you actually. By the way, Freddie Laker has actually mentioned about um, 11 airline owners, right? So know this guy. I don't know if you've seen the movie. You've seen the movie The Social Network, right? If you have seen the movie, you would remember Sean Parker. Sean Parker actually mentored Facebook. As a matter of fact, when Mark Zuckerberg met Sean Parker, right? He met him, to have, because then Sean Parker had a music sharing site called Napster prior to Facebook, right? So Mark Zuckerberg actually met him for guidance, and the conversations they had actually transformed his thinking, and that's one of the benefits of mentorship. Uh, Mentorship can actually give you a whole new perspective, right? So if you're thinking small, if you're thinking that okay, my vision is big enough, and you meet somebody whose vision is like 10,000 times yours, right? By just that resonance, that event, you meeting with that person, okay, at least you know that yours can at least 100x, right? So this guy met him for a lot of, he needed his counsel, and guess what? Um, he was thinking Facebook, as at then, the social network would, go around like 100 universities, and to him that was a big vision, right? But when he met Sean Parker said, "Look, as you are thinking 100 universities, I am thinking 3 continents in the first year." Okay, so that caused a shift in his paradigm, right? Then what else again? I think he was saying, okay, what's the valuation? How do you value Facebook? What do you think Facebook would worth? Right? And he said $100 million or something like that. He said, while you're thinking $100 million, I'm thinking $3 billion, right? The first year. Okay. Then he said one more thing, because prior to that time, Facebook was called the Facebook. So he said one more thing, remove the and leave it as Facebook. Okay. So you can imagine all those interactions, right? Those interactions are life changing, right? So we have Walter Sisulu, a human rights activist, was so much against apartheid. So he mentored Nelson Mandela. Right. So the question now is, who is your mentor? Right. Apart from God, who do you meet for counsel? Okay. Apart from God, who do you meet for counsel? for insights. So these questions are really important. Really, really important. Okay. Who's keep putting me back now? I just want the screen to show. Just the screen. Yeah. I'll put my face back later. So I was just checking up to see if I was in order. Okay. So mentoring is really critical, right? Mentoring is really critical. So we have so mentoring, right? It helps you change your life. Um, Prior to my starting my
And then
business, I knew
you don't
that
have to remove your
I
face. I put in the full screen. All right, from this end, control it from here. No problems.
okay.
Yes,
That's fine. That's fine.
you don't have to remove your
That's
camera.
fine.
So it's
Okay,
not
no, but
exactly what you
I will
see
still
that
put
is
my
on the
face on
no
because
problem.
I'm just checking one or two things, because
Your face
currently
has not
now
been
the
showing. It
voltage
has
is
just
really
been.
very. Sorry, I
Your
didn't
face
get
has
you.
not been showing. Your face has not been showing. Just the screen, just your slides. And
Yeah, I
depending
know,
on
I
how
know.
the
Oh,
flow
okay.
is,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, it's deliberate. It's deliberate because
Okay,
but I'll
okay,
put it back. Don't worry. Yeah,
okay,
I'll put it
okay.
back.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So mentoring is really important, right? I said proud to get my mentor, okay, because I knew that my mentor, because I knew that he was a custodian of knowledge, of experience, okay, and I knew that I would need that experience, to fast track my own development. I would need that experience to fast track my own, uh, my career. Do you understand? As a trainer, as a consultant, I had no knowledge. As a matter of fact, guess what? I had read books. So I'm not saying that books actually have a place. Books, research, you know, um, YouTube videos and all that. Because I run, we do training, right? And sometimes we have online courses that are already pre-recorded, right? Yet some people say, you know what? I prefer physical class. Do you understand? I prefer physical class. You show me how to do this. You show me how to use this tool to drive performance, and all of that, right? So you still need to interface with someone who will guide you, right? And interestingly, mentoring cuts across all boards, and there's something called formal mentoring, right? So these are types of mentoring, right? There's something called formal mentoring. So in informal mentoring situations, you um, there's a specified goal, objective, right? So you guys already, and there's an end date. There's a start date. There's an end date. So it's pretty much like a project. Okay, it must have an ending. So right. So it's not just forever like that, right? So in formal mentoring relationships, you guys have established expectations. Okay. So you have established expectations, right? So really, really critical. Then you have informal. So informal mentoring relationships actually happen by chance, right? They happen by chance. So you need insight concerning something. Now, mentoring is how do I put it now? Experience, basically, right? So that's why you notice that there is a difference between a mentor and a teacher. So a teacher just dispenses knowledge. A teacher has background education on a particular subject matter. So a teacher can dispense knowledge, right? But you have But mentoring is beyond that. Then there is a coach. A coach gives you perspectives. Let me put my face now. Okay. Can I put hold on? Okay. Yeah. A coach gives you perspectives. Okay. A coach actually gives you perspectives. Right? So a coach gives you perspectives. A coach boosts your performance. So if you're meeting a coach, for example, you already should have a level of results. So when we hear of coaching, you are not starting from scratch. If you are starting from scratch, you should just go to a teacher, right? Yes. So, but if you are not starting from scratch, you've gotten a level of results, and you want to boost your performance. So, coaching has to do it boosting performance, right? So, you see all these athletes, all these, we even have executive coaches, right? An executive coach will coach you. You're already performing, at a particular level, but you want to maybe 5x that level, right? So when people even meet me for coaching, I usually tell them, do your homework, do your research, get sorted before you go for coaching. Don't just come for coaching, then I'll have to start from the beginning. It doesn't work that way, right? So a coach actually helps you to boost your performance. Then we have role models, right? A role model is somebody who has been there. You just admire the person, but you've not interfaced with that person. So sometimes, we hear people say, this person is my mentor. This great person is my mentor. Miles Moreau is my mentor. But have you been in any conversation with Miles Moreau? No. Have you had any dealing with Miles Moreau? No. Is there any? Does he know you? No. Have you met him to share, insight with you? No. Right? Does he even know that he's mentoring you actively? No. So he's your role model. At that level, he's your role model. But mentoring takes it a notch further, right? Mentoring, that person knows you, you know the person, right? In most cases, right? And you have that interface, and the person shares his experience. So I cannot mentor somebody in another field. I can coach somebody in another field. So don't mix these two. So mentor is using your own experience, right, to teach or to guide somebody, right? To guide somebody. So that's what mentoring is about. Okay. So there are three categories of mentors. Three broad categories of mentors. So we have a general mentor, right? A general mentor is one who mentors you in all aspects of life, generally. Okay. It helps you build your foundation. It gives you practically almost everything, right? And it's good to even have general mentors anyway. Then we have subject matter expert mentors. Subject matter expert mentors are those mentors that mentor you in a particular subject area, right? They mentor you in a particular subject matter. Okay. Then we have workplace mentors or career mentors, as the case may be. Those ones help you to climb the corporate ladder faster. Okay. I'm a fine boy. All right. Anyway, so those are the three common categories of mentors, right? So, like I was saying, we have then the formats of mentoring. We have formal mentoring, we have informal mentoring, we have group mentoring. A group mentoring situation is one person to many, right? So there was a time we had, a group mentoring session. So instead of you mentoring one, right? You just want to mentor them in a group so you can share your own experiences and all that. Okay. So I mentioned group, I mentioned formal, informal. There is there's cascading mentoring as well. Cascading mentoring, it happens in organizations where you mentor somebody below you, right? And somebody is also mentoring you. So it's a chain, right? It's a chain. You're being mentored, and at the same time you're mentoring someone, right? Then there's also reverse mentoring. There's reverse mentoring. Reverse mentoring has to do with you mentoring somebody who is supposed to be mentoring you, right? Then there is what else? Like I mentioned cascading. There's reverse. There's peer mentoring. Okay, peer mentoring. So peer mentoring is you mentoring like one to one. The person is mentoring you at the same time you are mentoring that person. So that's peer. You're exchanging ideas. Okay, you're exchanging ideas. So that's very important. So you have peer mentoring. Then the final one is mastermind, right? So in a mastermind group, usually everybody is mentoring each person. That's the ideal. So in the mastermind, it's not just one person. So usually when you just hear of mastermind, it's typically one person. But no, a real mastermind is, that's why I call it mastermind. A real mastermind is everybody's being engaged, right? I've been privileged to attend some mastermind groups, mastermind sessions, even outside Nigeria as well. Okay, where you share your problem, right? So everybody has their turn. You share your problem, and then you get answers from almost everybody, because everybody is giving you sharing their own experience. Okay, so all these formats actually help you to transform your life. Okay, and your thinking. Okay, just give me a moment, please. Where was I? Okay, mentoring. So I could talk and talk and talk. So pretty much, mentoring is a strategic relationship. You want to be able to get and again, it's a legal shortcut. Somebody will tell you, there are no shortcuts to success, right? But mentoring is actually a legal shortcut to success. Okay, right? For me, my own personal experience, right? If I had gone through books, I'll still be asking questions. Hey, can I do this? Can I do that? Right? I'm not saying you should not read books. Of course, even my mentor made me read books. So don't. I'm not saying you should not read books, right? So you should read books. I'm saying that there is a limit to which books can actually help. So you need that personal relationship. So you need to find out that person who exemplifies where you're going, right? Who exemplifies where you're going, and set up a meeting, set up a connection with that person, so you can actually navigate. Otherwise, you make mistakes. You know, you make mistakes. You pay a lot for that. So mistakes are actually costly, right? So someone says that there are two ways to get wisdom: mistakes or mentoring. Which one do you think is more expensive? Is mistakes. So you don't want to you don't make mistakes. You know that, okay, your answer is in front of you, right? I could go on and on and on and on, honestly, because because of this time constraints. I'm trying to just yeah. So mentoring basically is that intersection between expectation and experience. It's a personal enhancement strategy through which one person facilitates the development of another person by sharing, resources, network, his expertise, his values, skills, perspectives, attitudes, and proficiencies. Okay. So the learner builds his skills and knowledge while attaining goals for career development. So it's really, really important. Then the experience party further enhances his skill and knowledge areas. This is also really important for the mentors as well, because there's something called altruism, right? So that there's that feeling of giving back. Okay, so no matter how much you share, much value you share, somehow you get rewarded, whether directly or indirectly. So somehow they also get rewarded that they are not dying with that knowledge, right? So they're sharing that knowledge, and a lot of people are also experiencing that knowledge, and their lives are better. So like I said, if you know where you're going, your journey is short. If you know how to get there, your journey is shorter. So who is involved in this mentoring relationship? There are two classes of people: the mentee, right? So the mentee who wishes to develop the specific learning areas, and you have the mentor who fulfills the role of the expert for those particular learning areas. So mentees may become involved in the mentoring relationship to improve a particular career area, right? Or learn about another division of the organization, to expand their leadership abilities, to make valuable contacts within the company, and to enhance their capacity for career development. So there are many benefits. A lot of benefits. Benefits of mentoring, right? So what can mentoring help you with? Provision of guidance. A mentor can actually help you see a whole new world, right? My mentor, I don't know if some of you know him. His name is Gochuku Omelgo, right? He taught me wealth, right? He taught me wealth planning. Prior to that time, I didn't even know what wealth was, right? So I understood how to create wealth, how to create money from nothing, right? How to create money from just mere conversations. So this one is not what I read in a book. This one was practical because I followed him everywhere and I was watching him, right? There are stages in mentoring. There's a stage where you watch. Do you understand? Then there's a stage where you watch your mentor do it. And there's a stage where you your mentor allows you to do it with his own guidance, right? Then there's a stage where your mentor now allows you to do it without his guidance. Okay, but it's very important that you watch, right? They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but seeing a person, this was not a picture, and when that picture is not a reality, you get picture is not a reality. You've met this person, and this person says, I can take you there. So you can rest assured that you'll be there. Okay, and mentoring also is not just a walk in the park as well, because a good mentor will actually ensure that you produce results. So most mentors are not your friends, all right? So that's why my mentor will tell you, I'm not your friend. So in that way, you understand how to, work on that relationship. So you know that this person is not your friend. So it's not somebody you just carelessly interact with. Okay, you are going there for something, right? So a mentor is somebody who sees more ability within you than you see in yourself. Okay, we can go on and on and on and on. Mentoring brings value to everybody. Uh, Mentors have opportunity to invest themselves in someone who seeks what they can offer. So the question now is, what is expected of me as a mentee? What is expected of me as a mentee? Excuse me. Right? So it's your responsibility to take ownership of your learning and developmental needs. Right? So some people will say, come and be my mentor. No, right? Or they are entitled to mentorship. So they behave like they are entitled to mentorship. So you want to take responsibility of, you know, to take ownership of your developmental needs, right? So you want to be able to assess your areas of strengths and interests so that you can grow as a capable and intelligent person, right? It's a responsibility as well to initiate contact with the mentor and to ensure that your mentor enables you to attain your goals. So you're not wasting time, you're not just gisting. So you must be on track, hmm? With respect to mentoring relationships. So what should I look out for in a mentor? What should I look out for in a mentor? I hope you guys are learning. Let me know if you're learning. Let me know. I just hope. Oh, is it okay? So what do you look out for in a mentor? First, you want to ensure that the person is experienced. Okay, so the person is not a rookie. Otherwise, there'll be a limit to where you can actually go, right? In terms of how far you can go. So you want to ensure that this person is thoroughly experienced. Okay. So now it's not enough for the person to be competent, right? Because it's a two-edged sword. So you have competence, then you have character. So this experienced person must have character, right? So you want to be able to ensure that okay, you are working with some, because there are people who are very experienced, they are very good, yet they have character flaws. So you want to be very careful. Okay. Now it's not enough for them to be experienced, it's not enough for them to have character. They should be open-minded as well. Right? Then it's very important that you have similar goals with your mentor. So you're not just um you're not just having a mentoring relationship based on okay, this person is good, is that and all that. But you guys are going to the same destination, right? It makes it very easy. Just like you stop someone on the road and say, where are you going? I'm going to XYZ. You say, that's where I'm going. So it's easier to have that relationship because you have a common interest, a common destination. Okay, your mentor should be supportive, your mentor should be available, as well. I think this also goes for mentors as well. So if you're a mentor, you want to be able to check all this as well. Are you experienced? Do you have character? Are you open-minded? Do you have similar goals? Are you supportive? Are you non-judgmental? Are you available? So this is very important. Okay, that person is available and is reachable anytime you want to get them. Of course, the person should have strong interpersonal skills. Okay, so this has really helped me with respect to my choice of mentors. That's a template for me. Anyway, so now let's go to how do we attract a mentor. So how do you attract a mentor? So it's pretty much, I have a book called The Mentor Magnet. Okay, so how do you attract a mentor? So before you even think about attracting a mentor, right? You want to be able to clarify your purpose. So it's easier to help anybody who has helped himself. Okay, right? It's not in the Bible where they say, okay, heaven helps those who help themselves, but people can help those who are willing to be helped. You've helped yourself to a large extent, so you are clarifying your purpose. Okay, I want to learn about consulting. I want to learn about training. You know, you have an idea of where you're going. You have a picture. You have a vision, right? So you want that to be very clear, and you do not want your vision to be distorted. Okay, so you also want to be able to publish your energy from within. It's easier to mentor now for my men. How do I put it? God of time. I'm trying to spare you all the details how I met my mentor and all of that. But you see, um, my mentor saw me as a prospect. Do you understand? As a high impact prospect. Like this person will add value to me. Do you understand? I think I heard one speaker that was saying something earlier. She was saying that's in this conference. I think she was saying talking about creating content, right? It applies to mentorship as well. It's very easy. That's why you notice that there are some mentors. You meet some mentors, and they'll tell you that I've been dreaming of that opportunity to also meet with you as well. Okay, but if you're a nobody in quotes, it's going to take a lot of work on your part, right? It's going to take a lot of work on your part to interface with that mentor, to get that mentor to say yes. Okay, then you want to be able to identify somebody who exemplifies that vision, right? So we're still talking about value, which is critical, right? We're still talking about value. Now, right, with respect to value, because I've seen a lot of people that will meet people and say, please come and be my mentor. I want you to be my mentor, and all of that. Okay. And usually I tell them, look, it doesn't really work that way, right? So you want to have a storehouse of value, right? And it's very easy for you to be helped or for you to go to the next level. Like my mentor always tell me, look, that no matter how much value you give, right? Even if you are paid at that moment, whether that value you commercialize it or you're not paid at that moment, you can never escape payment. Do you understand? So what this means is, whether you like it or not, you can never escape reward, right? So you want to be able to provide value upfront. You want to be able to help your mentor attain their goals, right? You want to be able to help them. So you look at these two pictures, to these two images. You see this person on the left begging. You see this person on the right giving, right? Who would you be attracted to? I'm not talking about money now, but let's just assume money, money represents value. Right? So let's see how you can just simple ways to attract, or simple ways to create value, right? Acknowledge their work or accomplishments and communicate your acknowledgement with sincerity. So sometimes you might want to reach out to a mentor, write to the person, or connect with the person, um, send a DM, Right? DMs actually work for me. It's very easy to. Now, most people, when you're just chatting to somebody on DM and you're sending hi and all of that, it doesn't work that way, right? So you want to be able to. So nobody refuses a genuine compliment, right? So even with God, right, they'll tell you when you're praying that you first of all start with thanksgiving. So you want to be able to acknowledge their accomplishments and see how their own accomplishments also align with yours or align with your dream. Okay, then you want to find out how to support their cause. You want to find out how to support their cause. So some of all these people, some of all these great men, um, role models that you've seen, most of them, they have causes, right? They have causes. So some of them they have NGOs. You want to see how you want to help them. You want to help them. With their NGO work. You want to volunteer. Okay, that's another thing again. Becoming a proactive volunteer. So you want to be able to volunteer your own skills. So like I said, you should have a store of value. So you're not just coming as a nobody. So you have some certain skills. It could be as simple as, and do not limit or discount your value. Okay. So do not say, what can I offer to? But if you think, well, you could help. For example, I know somebody who helped his mentor, right? I know somebody who helped his mentor, transcribe his messages. Okay, so that's something. So you can help your mentor transcribe. So if you have that skill set, I'm not saying right. So help your mentor transcribe messages. Help your mentor, with one or two things, right? Become a proactive volunteer. Increase their influence by spreading news around them about them. Demonstrate a desire to learn and share. Offer sincere feedback. So sometimes, even before you meet them, you could say, okay, sir, you said this thing or you posted about this thing, and I tried it out and it worked for me. So you share your experience with them. Typically they'll be very excited. They'll be glad to have that sincere feedback. That okay, if this person could use my content even without interfacing with me physically, could use my content and my content would work for that person. How much more when we build a relationship? Okay. So a mentor is a person who actually invests his time, his knowledge, his effort into enhancing your growth. And a mentor helps you to it responds to your critical need in life in ways that can prepare you for greater productivity and achievements in the future. Okay, so how do you ensure a successful mentor relationship? Because of time, these are protocols in successful mentor relationship. I think I should be able to give you this slide because of time, right? Accountability, responsiveness, free and honest expression, collaboration, okay, and respect, confidentiality. That's very important as well. Okay, sometimes your mentor may have some flaws, so you want to be able to ignore that. Okay, maybe you might, I don't know, maybe you might want to pray with him or pray for him regarding a particular flaw, but you do not want to bring it to the public. So this confidentiality is very important, right? So how do you sustain a mentoring relationship? Dematerialization. Now, if you are serious about your mentoring relationship, right, you have to stop almost everything you are doing. So you cannot just be a jack of all trades, especially if it's a serious one, like what I did. Because then I had a lot of things I was doing. I was into web development, information marketing, quite a lot of things. I was hustling before I met my mentor. But when I met him, I dropped all those things. I didn't even use them. I didn't even have a side hustle, if there was anything like that. Why? Because I was focused. I wanted to just gain this knowledge within a particular frame of time, right? So I was not doing, and it cost me a lot. It cost me a lot of opportunities and all that, but I didn't mind because I knew what I was going for. Okay, so this is very important. So I see a lot of youths, a lot of young people, career professionals, they're not ready to dematerialize themselves. So this is very critical. This is very important. So you want to ensure that, see, I'm going for this. I've established this relationship with this person, or I'm about to establish this relationship with this person. to this person. I know where this will take me to in the next 1 year. I know the kind of person I'll be, right? So you need to engage in some sacrifice. Very important. So there are some things you have to strip yourself off at that moment. Maybe it may not be comfortable. Okay. One of the things I actually did was, because I knew that my mentor was this kind of person that was very time conscious. Then I found a way to stay with him, to stay in his house, because I knew that coming from where I was staying and going to his house, and this kind of person that if you want to come, you have to come as early as 7 and you close very late. So I just found a way of, telling him, sir, let me just stay with you. Do you understand? I don't mind sleeping on the floor. In fact, I was still sleeping in the library, so there was no bed there. And I didn't mind. So that was part of the sacrifice that I had. Right? So, and I even enjoyed it because the library had books and all of that. So I read a lot of books that I probably would not have been exposed to if, and it paid off. Right? And today we've done a lot of trainings for several organizations. We've even been able to create our own template, and we've been able to help other people run their own training businesses as well. Okay, but just imagine if I was just going there casually, to have taken me a lot of time. Then submission, there's retrospective planning with the end in mind, right? So you want to be able to make your mentors work easier. You also want to ensure that you have remarkable results, then exceed statutory expectations as well. Just impress your mentor while you are working with him and using his methods, giving feedback, right? So this, I think this should be the final one. Response and attitude of mentees towards their mentors. Okay. So what's your response, right? What's your attitude towards menial jobs? So for example, you say, okay, I want this person. Okay, this is maybe an event planner now, for example, and she's going to be my mentor for 6 months. Okay. But your event planner the person tells you, can you help me sweep? And you're like, help me, okay, help me sweep. Because you're not connecting that menial job to the, what do you call it now, to what you want to learn, right? So you look at all these menial jobs. So the question now is, what's your response to menial job? What's your response to criticism, constructive criticism or correction? So when your mentor corrects you, how do you feel? Right? Are you the kind of person that will say, why is he talking to me like that? Is it because I'm asking him to mentor me? Right? So you want to stay there. So what's your response to denial of privileges? Let me give you an example. For me, I was so hungry. Right now, I'm sure some of you saw the first picture I showed you. Right? I was so eager to train in an organization, to train organization, right? Because that would be my dream. Like, God, when will I get the opportunity to at least to be in front of a class where I have managers, and all that. But guess what? My mentor knew that I was eager, but he denied me that privilege for a long time until he knew that, until he felt okay, I was mature to handle that stage. Do you understand? So what's your attitude towards denial of privileges? So sometimes you're working with a mentor, you want results now. You want you want to, let's say you're going into consulting or training business. I'm using training business because that's the space I'm in, right? You just want to train, you want to facilitate, your blood is hot. Right? And your mentor is giving you work like, okay, do research, access to knowledge, do research, create slide, okay, create a slide of customer service, do this, do that, do that, do that, do that. But it's not giving you what you feel should be the main thing. Maybe it should give you a platform to train. No. Right? If you have that kind of attitude, that means you're not even ready for mentoring. So what's your attitude towards praise? What's your attitude towards reward? What's your attitude when your mentor takes all the credit? So for instance, you help your mentor develop a slide, or you help your mentor create a program, and the mentor does not even mention, that you were part of the team that helped build that, or part of the people that helped that program become a success. So what's your attitude when your mentor takes all the credit? Right? These are things to consider. So things not to do with your mentors, right? So these are the things. You don't want to compete with your mentors, you don't want to correct them, you don't want to complain, you don't want to to have contempt or disregard. We don't want to conflict. We don't want to have conflicting ideas and all that. Also, contrast, maybe comparing your mentor with some others. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop here. So these are the three vital signs: respect, responsiveness, and accountability. So these are the three major keys you need to take home today. So I think that is it with these few points of mine. I want to be able to ensure that I am within time. Yes, I'm really right on time because it told me that I should be done by 9:15. So, Mr. Terry, over to you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm done. Thank you. So, do we have any questions? I think you're on mute. You're on mute, Mr. Terry. Mr. Terry, you're on mute. Okay. It has gone back to mute.
All right. So actually muted because I
Okay.
have kids running around here, so that they
Okay.
don't speak into the video. You understand? But thank you so much, Dania, for for tonight's conversation. This is exactly what I wanted for all those people who are jumping your DMs and asking you to mentor. Now, these are the things some of them need to know. All right, and I believe some of them are live right now, and I know I'm going to leave this on the group so some other persons be able to view it, watch it overnight, and all that. So, thank you so much. It's been an amazing conversation. I'm not seeing any questions right now, but if you have questions, you can drop them. Okay, someone's put something there. I don't know. This was a mind blowing section. Okay. All right. So, Daniel, that's for you. This was a mind blowing section. Thank you, Mr. Daniel, for sharing. Okay. Yeah, very, very.
Okay.
And Shirley, this is the
That's
Shirley.
my
Thank
wife.
you,
Oh,
Shirley.
that's my wife.
Okay, right. Okay, awesome. And she's watching from YouTube. Okay, great. Because I'm saying that this is from YouTube, this is not from, okay. As the first time I'm
Okay,
saying
no
this, okay.
problem.
Yeah, awesome.
I didn't
Thank
even know she
you.
was watching. I just gave her the link anyway. I didn't know that.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, at least for supporting, for the awesome section. It's been an amazing time. I need to allow you go now because I know you wanted to go somewhere before
Yeah.
I dragged you in. So thank you for this. And I appreciate you. When I start calling you, please answer. All right.
Sure. You're my boss now. You're my guy. Thank you
Yeah, thank
so
you
much
so
for the
much.
opportunity. I deeply appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye. All right, I believe it's an awesome moment tonight. The Exceptional and Significant Leader Conference is ending on a great note. Thank you, everyone who has been supportive. Thank you, everyone who's been a part of the sections. I believe tonight is also mind blowing. Thank you, all our moderators. Thank you, all our participants. Thank you. I'm going to be I'm going to be giving some gift to the most engaged participants of the whole section. Don't worry, whatever way I come up with that, the most engaged, I'm going to put it out there tomorrow. Tomorrow, yeah, most likely tomorrow. I'm going to give some gifts to those most engaged participants. So don't envy them. They took time, they took the data, and they were able to watch, and not just watch, engage on the platform. So thank you, everyone, for the section. Okay, so from tomorrow, those who want to be a part of, I'm going to be putting out a coaching section out there. That's going to be running my signature coaching program. It's going to be running for the next 4 weeks, 8 sections in all. If you want to be able to know how to navigate through this whole process, you want to be able to, you want to get coaching now, not really mentorship. You want to get, yeah, there's going to be some sides of mentorship, but it's going to start with a coaching section. So my coaching program, Roadmap to Influence Coaching program, We're going to be running through several modules for 8 sections, talking about personal branding, how do you brand yourself, how do you position yourself, what are the tools you need. We're going to be looking at how do you clarify your purpose, how do you clarify yourself. We're going to look at some uh, mind obstacles that you need to avoid. How do you package yourself? What are some of the experiences you need to put down? How do you build influence? How do you build impact? How do you leverage social media? Where should you be putting your efforts? How do you build a community? Several things. Everything that we've spoken in this whole conference, we're going to take it there step by step, packed up in modules that you can actually use for the next couple of months, for the remaining part of the year. So if you know you want to be part of that section, you want to be part of my coaching program, I'm going to be putting that out there tomorrow on the group, on the community. Just engage, be among the clean on the waiting list, and ensure that you're part of it. Okay. So I'll give quick. I'm going to give in first movers advantage for those who will be part of the early birds. You want to be able to take advantage of a quick offer, a good offer in the next 48 hours. So ensure you watch out, look out for that, look out for it, look out for the post so you can take advantage of the 48 hours window. Okay, so that is that. And then also you want to get access to all the replays of the old 8 sections of the Exceptional Leader Conference. You can get that, you can have access to that until Monday evening. You can have access to that for 5,000 naira for all the sections, or you can have access to each section. You can pick a section each at 1,000 naira. I'll also be making a post on that tomorrow and give a 48-hour window for anyone who wants to take advantage of that offer to get this within the next 48 hours. So Sunday, Monday. By Tuesday, the replays go for 15,000 naira. So take advantage of this offer. Take advantage of my coaching program. It's going to be very intense. The first cohort and the first cohort I did last year was very, very intense. And of course, we've improved on that. I've improved on some of the modules, and I've also attached some workbooks, attached so many freebies as part of the coaching program. So watch out for the post tomorrow on the Roadmap to Influence coaching program, and take advantage of the 48-hour window to be able to get it at a very good price. Good price for that, and also take advantage of the offer for getting the replays of the Exceptional Significant Leader Conference at 5,000 naira for all the sections and 1,000 naira each section you want to book and down. So I'm going to make that post tomorrow. I put all the links that you can use to get it for yourself. So thank you everyone who's been a part of the journey. Thank everybody part of the Exceptional Significant Leader Conference. Thank you to all our speakers. All right, all our speakers, Odeyemi Olaiwole, thank you so much. Dr. Sami Kundaya, thank you. Dr. Borire, Ni Borire, thank you. Thank you so much, Pastor Ni, Dr. Ni, Sonyinka, Choyinka. Thank you, Dr. Exta Amoye. Thank you, Mama Miri Adeola Oshidekor. Thank you to Dania Onaivi. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all our speakers, all our moderators, Fumi Omotosha, and thank you, Taiwa Onoga. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for our participants, Obenten, Mambang. All right, if I didn't mention your name, it means you were not visible, right? Thank you, Benita Edemaka. Thank you, Femi Olashende. Thank you to everyone, Adegoke Motola. Thank you, my coach. Thank you so much, and everyone who's been a part of this whole success of this whole program. And also, let me just quickly say thank you to all the participants of the On Your Leadership Challenge. All right, all these projects, you made it happen. You made it happen. Without our participation, it will not be successful. I can plan, I can put it out there, but if you don't participate, there's no success out of it. So thank you for participating and in all the programs we've had until now. I think that's pretty all. I want to celebrate. We're celebrating our 1 year anniversary. Right now, it's not only 1 year. We had 2 days in addition. So the next 365 days is simply going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, and I believe it's going to be phenomenal. Okay. So by tomorrow, I'm going to put out a post out there just to celebrate our 1 year anniversary. So much to do, so much to do. Just engage in that post and let's just celebrate. And I hope that and trust that the next 365 days, the second year anniversary is going to be awesome, awesome. Thank you, everyone. My name is Terry Amadibo. I remain just chief servant, honorable leader, all right, of this Leading Me Your Success Advisory. It's been an amazing journey. Thank you so much to everyone who's been a part of the journey. All right, now we started at almost less than 30 members. Right now we are over 830. So we had about 800 people in the last 1 year. It's so phenomenal. Actually, the goal was to get to 1,000, but it's great. We got 800 in addition. We celebrate that. We celebrate those wins. So thank you for everyone who's been inviting people to join the group, everyone who's been supportive. I appreciate everyone. From my heart, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. So we call it a day on the Exceptional and Significant Leader Conference 2021. Like come your way again in another superb song conference or summit or whatever masterclass or whatever. My name is Mr. I'll see you on the other side. Thank you and bye bye for now.